All right, let's take you to Parliament now for the Appropriations Bill and that process that's been unfolding all morning. The various departments are now making their way through Parliament. They're basically tabling their bills in Parliament. Vaylen Kirtley following those budget vote debates and joins us now live. Vaylen, good afternoon. So essentially the reading of the bill has happened. It's now really dependent on the budgets, and all of these budgets need to be passed if the Appropriations Bill itself is going to be passed.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Michelle. A very good afternoon to you. As we know, the budget process to be passed in order for it actually to come into effect for South Africa is a lengthy process which was drawn out first by a postponed budget, then a budget that had to be set aside, and then one that was finally passed, a third iteration of it in May, and then all of the other procedures, legal procedures that must go through Parliament have to be adhered to. Today's event, the Appropriations Bill, is the final one. So we had the fiscal framework, which was passed. We had the Division of Revenues Bill, which was passed late in June. And thereafter, we had each of the different departments. So vote one, the presidency for all of the different departments, for the Department of Transport, for higher education and training, for basic education, for human settlements, all of those different departments and their relative ministers then presenting their budget to not only the National Assembly but also to the NCOP, and there it was debated. But it really comes down to today. So what we've had so far this morning, we've had a debate on the Appropriations Bill where we heard from all of the different parties, as well as the Deputy Minister of Finance, who said that this Appropriations Bill is crucial for government to start spending 1.2 trillion rand. So this morning, we have had the opening of that bill. It's been accepted, even though we had the EFF, the MK Party, the UAT, the National Coloured Congress, all objecting to the Appropriations Bill actually being debated, or rather being read and opened. Now each of the different votes are going through, and those parties that objected to the Appropriations Bill at the beginning and the reading of it, we can expect that they are going to divide Parliament. Perhaps some expect well into the night, because we've got over 40 different individual votes that need to actually go through. And as we've looked at vote one in the presidency, even though that did go through on a majority, there were objections from a number of parties. So this is what's going to happen now for each of the different votes, Michelle, before we actually then can declare truly that the Appropriations Bill has passed. But then that is the final step on what has been a very long saga for the national budget.